This is your captain speaking. We're cruising at a comfortable 30,000 sims with mild zoning turbulence ahead. Estimated arrival time depends on how badly you place your airport. So, please sit back, relax, and prepare for a smooth descent into smarter city building.
Building airports in City Skylines 2 sounds simple. Until your city is gridlocked, your citizens are sick from noise, and your expensive terminals sit empty. Today, I'm showing you how to build airports that actually work, from smart placement to passenger and cargo tips, to making your airport a true powerhouse for your city. Stick around, because with the right design, your city will be cleared for takeoff. Airport placement can make or break your entire transportation system. Here are some placement guidelines to follow. Place airports near major highways and arterial roads for easy access. Look at any major airport. They typically have direct access to major highways to allow for efficient traffic flow. Use flat terrain. Airports need stable, level ground, so terraform ahead of time. Connect them to transit. A metro, tram, or train station reduces car and taxi traffic. And yes, none of the airport options at the time of recording have an integrated metro station. But we'll shame that later. And here are some common pitfalls to avoid. Building too far from the rest of the city will lead to long, frustrating trips. This may impact usage negatively, as travelers will find a train, bus, taxi, or private vehicle to come into or leave the city. Ignoring road flow will cause congestion near terminals. Use one-way roads and lane math to your advantage. Also consider separate traffic flows for passenger and cargo, but we'll cover that shortly. Now that your airport is placed, better than most discount airline gates, let's talk about the planes actually flying in and out. When you first create a passenger airplane route, the game typically assigns a regional jet by default. That jet carries 80 passengers and is ideal for short and low-demand routes. Once the route is active, open the route information screen. There you can upgrade to a larger aircraft if demand supports it. The airliner carries 175 passengers and is perfect for longer trips or high-traffic routes. Checking your route performance and adjusting your planes as needed is key to keeping things efficient. Alright, we've covered what's flying. Now let's take a walk through the terminals and see what each airport actually comes with, besides overpriced coffee and long taxi queues. The regional airport comes with 5 passenger gates and 2 cargo gates. It also includes a cargo rail connection, which makes it a great option for mixed use and freight-focused cities. The international airport is a much larger hub. It includes 18 passenger gates, 5 airplane cargo gates served only by truck, 2 bus stops, 2 taxi stands, and 2 passenger rail stations. The international airport has massive capacity for both people and cargo, but it lacks a cargo rail connection. If freight is a big part of your economy, consider keeping a separate cargo terminal or rail-connected industrial zone nearby. This can include roads that are separate from your passenger traffic. Just when you thought we were cleared for takeoff, here comes a little turbulence. Let's talk about outside connections, or potentially lack thereof. We're limited to the external nodes provided by the map unless you build multiple airports and set up intercity routes between them. You can see what types of external transit options exist on a map by checking out the map info section, or by checking out the transit view and looking to the sky on the edges of the map. That said, airport-to-airport travel inside your region can be a fantastic way to link distant districts, as it's the fastest means of travel. But Each airport takes up a significant area on the map, so be intentional and purposeful. If you're finding these tips helpful, consider zoning this channel to higher density by liking the video. And let me know in the comments, what airport feature do you hope they add next? I'm hoping for some customization like City Skylines 1. Here are a few key tips to keep your airport productive and not just a money sink. Separate cargo and passenger traffic whenever possible. Different roadways and connections to the terminals will help maintain efficient and effective traffic flow. Note where your cargo gates are on the airport, and a road will need to go to that driveway connection as shown here. Add parking garages or lots to serve those who drive. Building a parking garage nearby will provide the much needed parking services, as well as a sense of realism. Provide public transit. Metro, train links are ideal. Even though none of the airports have metro connections, place metros near the passenger entrance of the airport. This could be a great opportunity to implement those underground pedestrian connections on the metro station. If you haven't implemented taxi services, now would be the time with a taxi depot and some stands. Be sure to set the citywide policy of a minimum fare though. Include essential services like small fire stations, police stations, and a medical clinic nearby. Surround the airport with parks, commercial zones, and tourist sites to further promote tourism. Ensure direct highway access so traffic moves smoothly in and out. Your airport's humming, traffic is flowing, and passengers are happy. But before we hit cruising altitude, let's make sure your skyline isn't clipping your flight paths. Did you see those cones extending from the runway when we were placing the airport? That's your height restriction zone. Inside the cones, only low and medium density buildings are allowed. No high density or tall structures. Your planes need a clear path to land. This adds realism. I live not too far from Wisconsin's third busiest airport in the state, and if you check out the zoning restrictions near the airport, you'll see these cones extending from the runways. The purpose of the airport height zoning is to maintain a clear airspace around airports to facilitate safe takeoffs, landings, and other maneuvers of aircraft. You'll see that you can zone high-density office, commercial, and residential, but it just grays out. You can place medium density and below, and the buildings will grow, or plop lower height service buildings. Still with me? Great! Please keep your seatbelt fastened as we descend into even more exciting aerial aspects. A few final tips to level up your airport even further. To add a touch more realism, consider placing your airport where the runways travel with versus across the wind. Use office or commercial zones as noise buffers between airports and neighborhoods. This will also encourage additional traffic and life near your airports. If your city handles lots of exports or imports, consider building a dedicated cargo airport to keep freight out of your main terminal. You'll sadly need to maintain the main passenger terminal, but you've probably spent your money on worse things. And if you want to take your city even higher, literally, consider building the TripX Space Center. It doesn't move passengers, but it boosts your city's attractiveness and drives up demand for electronics and office development. Perfect for the late game. Airports aren't just runways and terminals, they're economic engines, regional gateways, and massive pieces of infrastructure that shape how your city functions. Plan ahead, build smart, and give your citizens a reason to take flight. 222 Good was asking if the city was available on PDX mods, but it's not until now. So if you're curious, check it out on PDX mods. A link is in the description. If this video will help your city get off the ground, hit that like button. subscribe, and share any other tips you might have on airports and city skylines too. And a big thanks to the amazing members of the channel for supporting what I love doing here, playing city builders and sharing advice. If you'd like to join and support the channel even more, check out memberships below. And thank you for watching, and as always, create cities and control chaos. I'll catch you in the next one.
This is your captain speaking. We're cleared for takeoff.